Okay, thank you.
Jackson, go ahead.
Good to see you, Dave.
Hey.
We talked a little bit about Carson already, but you hinted at the end of fall you might prevent not give him the full go of being a two-way guy. Have you made any decision there yet, or are you going to maybe try and let him pitch this year?
Well, the beginning of the season, we're not going to try to stress him out doing both. I mean, he's a young player at a primo position, so to speak, very demanding position. A lot of throws are being made there, turning double plays, relay throws, just regular ground balls, double play balls. I mean, there's a lot on the arm there. Got to take care of him. Want him healthy the whole season. Now, maybe when it warms up a little bit, guys are rolling along. If we feel like that he might be able to help us finish a game or pitch an inning or get an out here or there, because he obviously has the talent to do that. And if he wants to do that, because he has to feel good about it too for it to work. Um, then we might look at that. Then you're talking about a guy like Cornelison, who's also a two-way guy. He's definitely pitching right out of the blocks. He looked great in his, at the end of the year. He's been throwing the ball in his bullpens around here with some of our kids when they're just here working out. We've heard good things, and I think he's made a jump with the velocity, and he showed that against, I think, DBU on that Saturday, or maybe it was Little Rock. I don't remember, but it was really, really impressive. So, he's definitely going to be a two-way guy. But with Carson, I feel like, with that more of an opportunity to start right out of the chute, we're just going to take it easy with him as far as pitching.
Do you think is it safe to say like if Kuhio can play right field, that just kind of unlocks and lets you slide another guy to DH and everything? I mean, how big of a development would that be if he can play in the outfield, even if it's not every day, at least be a platoon guy out there?
Yeah, well, he can play out there. He's good enough to play out there. He's made a big jump, and unfortunately, he had some mono at the end of summer. He came in, and then he got sick, and honestly, now he's getting over the flu. I mean, the poor kid's been punched 3 or 4 times since the season ended last year, and hopefully, he's done with all that stuff, and we can get him healthy. He hasn't been around the building for a little while because of that. He's back, obviously, but no, he's going to play some outfield, whether he plays every day or 50%. It's up to him. But I think as far as the DH spot, if he's playing outfield, it could be the same situation where, maybe it's an outfielder that's DHing. So time will tell whoever gets that spot. Like I said, if Sousa's not ready to throw yet, maybe he starts the season at DH. But then again, he's got to go swing the bat. And he hadn't swung it all fall due to the injury. It might take a little bit of time there, but you know us, we're going to play the guys that deserve to play, and they know if they deserve to play. And uh, yeah, we'll just let that evolve.
Last year, right from the jump, you really praised the mental makeup of the team. Are there similarities? I know there's a good amount of returnees, but even with the new guys, similarities or ways that you can already sense maybe this team's a little different.
I think a little bit of last year's team carried over into this team's personality. As far as the closeness of the team, it's really good to see when you get a lot of new freshmen in and a few transfer kids, and they just blend in with your team. And just kind of the way we run it around here, I think they appreciate it. And we treat our kids with a lot of respect, and they got to earn that through hard work and dedication and the way they act away from the field. But at the same time, um, we kind of got to earn their respect as well, by working with them and backing up what we've told them when we recruit them. And I think the returning players talk to the new guys about that and say, yeah, that's the way it is. And I don't know, we have a good feeling about the way the team feels about each other from what we've seen so far. Now, that usually develops during the season, and you see teams getting closer and closer when you start winning those tight games, and other guys that maybe not aren't your superstar type players are helping the team win. And you see those, guys that play every day pulling for the other guys, and you can just see the camaraderie get better and better. And that's when the team really starts to bond. So, you kind of got to get out there in the trenches to do that a little bit. So, but I feel really good right now where we're at as a team and how they feel about each other, and hopefully it continues to get better.
Last one from me. What kind of roles do you envision for DeCremmer and Kircher?
You know, right now, from what I saw in the fall, both going to pitch, and they're just going to, guys that we feel like we can bring in at least the beginning of the season, and their role could evolve where they can come in some really tight spots and get through it. They both have really good arms, good stuff, some good, some better than others. So when you're talking about secondary stuff, electric fastball, a little bit of an attitude that you like to see out there, and everybody wants to start. And I don't want to say anybody can't start because it evolves. I mean, I think about McIntyre, and his career here is amazing. Goes from not getting to pitch at all. We give him the ball on a Tuesday night because we're having trouble on Tuesday nights, and you look down the road 2 months later, he's starting in a super regional at North Carolina, and so it's like anything else. If you get the ball, go show what you can do, and we all see it, and we're trying to win. So if you're our best option, we're going with it.
Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, good to see you.
Thank you.
Couple of things. This is the schedule going to be kind of like it was in the fall with the half scrimmages, things like that, considering the roster size?
So what we're going to do is, example, this coming weekend, not this weekend, the next weekend, when we open on Friday, we'll scrimmage about 7 innings, and we'll scrimmage again on Saturday. We're just going to play a little longer games. The first maybe weekend or 2 weekends, probably the first 2, we're going to go 2 scrimmages instead of 3. And then we start getting the pitch counts up there a little bit. Then we'll push some guys to the 3rd day. And just tried to ramp up more guys than normal. And what we mean by that is instead of trying to get maybe 4 guys to the point where they could throw like 60, 70 pitches if they were a starter opening weekend, maybe we can get 7 or 8 guys. Really, when you look at our first weekend, we're playing 4 days in a row. And I think most of we're staying and playing another game on Monday, I think against Tarleton State, I think at 2:00 in Arlington. So we're going to go 4 days in a row. So we're figuring we need to get 8 guys built up pretty good. And, whether, guys are going to come in second, maybe they can go long and in those 4 games. So that's kind of our plan. And then week 3 and 4, we'll maybe stretch that to 3 scrimmages.
Good deal. You mentioned Carson at shortstop. Is TJ Pompey the other one? Okay. And Still Eaves came on at the end of the last year. Is he still projected progressing towards the back end in the closer role?
Steele Eaves has been really good. And all he does is work as hard as anybody that we have or harder. And he got some attitude. When we got him, he was fastball, I don't know, 90, 92 with some sink. You never know exactly what you're getting as far as the personality or makeup. I mean, you have an idea, but once you're around him, you can tell who's scared and who's not, and who's ready and who's not. And he showed us last year that he was ready. It took us a while to put him out there. Once we did, we're like, hey, if we get beat at the end of the game because he gave up a run, I can live with it because I love the guy. That's the way I feel about it. I can sleep good when you do that. It's when you put somebody out there that maybe you're not ready to trust yet, for one reason or another, and it doesn't go good. You just shake your head and say, why'd I do that? But with Steele, I believe in him. I think the players believe in him. He could close games for us. The thing about Steele is he can pitch 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
He could go 2 on Friday, 1 or 2 or probably 1 on Saturday and get you out on Sunday. And he wants to. We could let him go a little bit longer and just use him one time if we needed him to go 4 or 5. And but now, kind of speaking early, what I was saying earlier about him is velocity is just starting to hold like 93, 96. And that's a big jump. And that's strength and work and maturity. And I think you're going to see him out there a lot. And, excited to see him get on the mound for us.
Thanks, Coach.
Dudley, go ahead.
Coach, you talked about going down to Arlington and not having that first weekend at home, but having those 4 games down there, how does that help maybe some of the freshmen and some of the transfers that hadn't played in as big of situations kind of get used to life in big-time college baseball?
I think it's great for those guys. Really good for everybody. I mean, all the teams are in the same situation. They're not 100% sure how it's going to go. I mean, we could go down there and go 2-2 and be disappointed, but we got a lot better. You could win them all and it doesn't go good for you. Baseball's a funny game. I want to get better. I want to win as many as we can. Obviously, we're going to probably pitch about everybody we have when you're talking, 4 9-inning ball games, and who knows, one could go a little longer. We've had some extra inning ones down there. So, but the experience you gain, I think it's so valuable for what's going to come down the road. I mean, our opening conference series is Mississippi State here in Fayetteville, and they're absolutely loaded. I mean, they had what they had coming back. New coach brought a bunch of players from Virginia, and they got some dudes out of the portal. I thought they would be ranked. They probably will be ranked in the top 5 in about every poll. So, yeah, that's going to be a big weekend for us to make a jump mentally, I feel like.
One other thing that I've seen some people look at the schedule and say Tennessee and Texas are not on it. Man, it's an easier schedule this year. I don't think you probably think that, do you?
I don't think that at all. I mean, I think in the last who knows how many years against Tennessee, we went like 13-2 against them or something. Texas, we've done pretty well against Texas as well. We play some of the teams that we haven't done as well, even though they might not be that every year powerhouse like some of those teams you mentioned. It's the SEC. It's a lot more level playing field. I don't know. I wouldn't look into it too far. Hopefully we'll see those guys down the road in a SEC tournament or in super regional, and we'll see how it turns out. Now, maybe for just the beauty of the matchup, so to speak, or it might not be as pretty as some. They're all big games and teams are all good.